Greetings and salutations, and this is Techrodon here, back with more Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. Oh, jeez. Oh, we're at this. Oh, no, not this. Okay, I gotta get this out of the way. I've stated before, this is my favorite Crash game of all time. I like it even more than Twin Sanity and Crash 4, two other games I've given a lot of praise to in the past. I don't know if I've given praise to Crash Twin Sanity in video before, but I have given praise to it outside of video when talking to other people. So, yeah. This is the one part I hate about Crash 2. The jetpack sections. And as someone who has beaten the original Crash 2 once before, as in I had a digital copy on PS3, I beat it once. It wasn't good in the original version either. So this isn't like a case where the Insane Trilogy made it worse or anything. It's something that's always been bad. And it's the one part of Crash 2 I hate. I definitely think, as bad as Wrath of Cortex... Well, Wrath of Cortex isn't really that bad, it's just kind of mid. As mid as Wrath of Cortex is, and as many things it gets wrong, I think it does the, concept of jetpack controls way better, because the jetpack level in Wrath of Cortex isn't as hard to control as these levels are. And I wouldn't mind this as much if there was just one of these levels, but there are two. And they suck. They are they're not the worst levels in the Insane Trilogy, obviously. Like, if they were, I don't think Crash 2 would be my favorite game in the Insane Trilogy. But it is. These obviously aren't the worst levels in the Insane Trilogy. Like, I definitely think the motorcycle and jet ski levels in Crash 3 are both worse. As well as, the bridge levels in Crash 1. I think all three of those level types are worse than these. So obviously, these aren't the worst in the Insane Trilogy. But the controls, man. You would think with them, remaking these games, they would have, come up with a better control scheme for this. I get that they were trying to be faithful to the original, but come on, man. Come on. Y'all could have did better than this. Why didn't they do something similar? I know it's not the same dev team, but, why couldn't they do something similar to, the flight controls in the Spyro Reignited trilogy? Why couldn't you do something similar to that? But just have it slower, obviously, because it's a jetpack, not something that can actually fly. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they could have done better than this. And this is really the low point of Crash 2. There's nothing else in the game that I really dislike. Aside from, I mentioned before that the hitboxes are wonky. And they are. But over time, I've gotten so used to those that they hardly ever become an issue for me. So this really is the only issue I have with the Insane version of Crash 2 and the original, I will say. It's just this. Okay, we got it. Okay, good. Now, when I say the hitboxes are wonky, there's a reason I'm being so slow on these jetpack levels, because when I said for the most part, they don't really, become an issue for me too often anymore, that's not taking into account the jetpack levels. When it comes to regular platforming levels, the hitboxes almost never become an issue for me anymore. Well, at least not in Crash 2 or 3. There's still a couple times in Crash 1 where they do, especially when you gotta hop on top of turtles. Because a couple levels in Crash 1, if I remember correctly, require you to have to hop on a turtle. In the case of Crash 2 in the Insane Trilogy, though, the only time the hitboxes really fuck me over consistently, no matter how good I've gotten, like, no matter how used I've gotten to them, is these levels. And that's why I hold so much against these levels. It's not just the control scheme, it's the hitboxes too. Like, I can't stand these jetpack levels. That is the one thing that made them a little less painful in the original Crash 2, but the controls were still shit. There we go. I mean, you might be wondering, if I hate these jetpack levels so much, why did I start with these in this warp room? Well, for one, I'm pretty sure that jetpack level is the first level of the warp room. And for the most part, I am doing these levels in order, if I remember correctly. I think I am doing them exactly in order. But the other thing is, too, if I wasn't doing them in order, I would have done both jetpack levels back to back just to get them out of the way. Like, that's how much I hate them. I would have rather get them out of the way. Why do you think I tried to get the gem that first go around? I don't want to ever return to that level. That is the one good thing I could say about the jetpack levels, is you don't have to do anything special to get the gems from those levels. They're just regular box gems, and all you gotta do is break all the boxes. There are no boxes that require a gem path or a death route or anything to get to the boxes. You can get them all on your first run of the level, and that's the only compliment I can really give the jetpack levels, is that because of that, you don't ever really have to go back to them. Unless you're replaying the game, of course, but, you know. You never really have to go back to the jetpack levels. Yeah, I knew I was gonna die there because it's hard as hell to see. I think I need to adjust my TV screen because I have like, I've been playing Borderlands 3 lately, obviously, for the Let's Play. And there's a couple moments where the game's so dark I can't see, and I'm wondering if my TV screen is just too dark. And I need to mess with the color and picture settings. That might be the case. Because this level is actually, under normal circumstances, like on my old TV and stuff, without even messing with the like picture settings, it was easy to see. But on this one, for some reason, it's so dark. That's actually why I'm dying so much, because I played this on this current TV, and it just, yeah. Well, that was fun. Welcome back to Crash Bandicoot 2, the Let's Play by me, Techrodon. Watch as I die over and over again because I can't see shit. Fun times, right? Oh boy, here we are again. Oh, please. Okay, thank you. See, the reason why I'm so careful in that part is because I have no idea where the hitboxes end on those enemies. These are the one, like, the single enemy in the game I haven't really gotten used to the hitboxes for, and it's because they only really show up a couple times. Because they only show up a couple times, I'm not used to their hitboxes. So I don't know if the hitboxes end exactly where the blades end, or if they're bigger than that or smaller than that. So, like, I freak out whenever I go around them. Yeah, I tried to pull a fast one there by getting extra boxes before going back to get the other Firefly, but didn't really work. Dude, why did I fall off that time? I could see that time. I really should have cut some of these deaths out, but it's too late for that. There we go. Damn it. I should have broke these bosses before getting that, because now at the very end of this, the firefly is going to disappear. And I'm not going to see shit. Yeah, see. This level's not really one I hate, though. I kind of like the challenge of this level. That's why I said, like, the only part of Crash 2 I see as a low point is literally just the jetpack levels, because everything else in the game is just challenging. Like, the worst case scenario, all I could really say about it is that it's challenging. It's challenging at worst, and it's amazingly fun at best. So there's never really, like, outside of the jetpack levels, there's never really a point in this game that I really go, okay, I hate this, this is bad, this is horrible. Nothing like that. This is the kind of challenge I like from a game, honestly. I'm not lying. Like, the kind of challenge that makes you want to keep trying, that makes you want to beat it. Like, the Crash series, the Borderlands series, and the Ratchet & Clank series are all pretty good at that. Like, if there's ever a part you come across that's really hard and, like, has you dying over and over, the game is good at, like, making you want to keep trying rather than it being, like, so frustrating it pisses you off. Because there's a thin line between, like, the type of difficulty that makes you want to stop playing the game, and the type of difficulty that makes you want to keep trying until you overcome it. And games that do the latter are way better. Obviously. Like, there's no competition that those games are better. And like I said, 3 examples of game series that do that well. Actually, I would throw Resident Evil in there too. Resident Evil, when it gets tough, is kind of like that. Like, you want to keep trying. I really should have cut some of these deaths out. But yeah, I would say Crash Bandicoot, Resident Evil, Borderlands, and Ratchet & Clank are all pretty good at that type of difficulty. Even though I would argue Ratchet & Clank isn't as hard as the other games I'm listing, but you know, or the other game series I'm listing, but you know. Joke's on you, I see it this time. I see it. Why did I walk back? Why the fuck did I walk back? Okay, that was on me. I don't know why the fuck I walked back. Why the fuck didn't I jump? Okay, now it's becoming player error. Like, whereas before it was like, because I couldn't see, now it's like, why the fuck am I making these mistakes? Well, it was player error the whole time, but before it was player error caused by a game mechanic and my own skill at the same time. Whereas now it's like player error that's all my fault. What the fuck, man? Passplay, we need to have a word about this. This is what, your third go at beating this game 100%? If I count the one time I 100% of the original Crash 2. And you still can't do this shit. Come on, pass me. Okay, grab the firefly. Jump, jump, slide. Slide. Okay, that firefly was kind of being generous that time, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's why I went back, because there was a box there, huh? Okay, that makes a little more sense. I was wondering why, like, I killed myself trying to go back. It's because there was a box there. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, I will retract what I said. I will retract whatever I said to Pass B then, because Pass B, that was actually a little smart. Just not executed well. Apparently when I was playing this, I could see a little bit too, because how the fuck was I spinning away those enemies in that darkness? Yeah, we didn't get it, because there's like, I think there's 3 boxes you have to go down the death route to get. If I recall correctly. Here we go, the last annoyance in the whole game. After this, it's kind of smooth sailing. Even with how hard some of the gems I hadn't gotten yet are to get, it's pretty much smooth sailing after this in the sense that I'm gonna enjoy doing everything after this point. Because like I said, the only part of this game I don't enjoy at all is just the jetpack levels. Even the last level, again, I wouldn't really call it bad, and I never really get truly frustrated. Hell, I wasn't even frustrated at the level. I was frustrated with myself for doing so bad. Like, that wasn't even like me hating on the game. That was me hating on me. So literally, like I said before, the jetpack levels be the only part of the game I cannot stand. I've always wondered though, what's the point of that greenish crate, that greenish steel crate at the start of the level? Is it just to like tell the player, oh, you're going anti-grav now? You see it, it's like kind of a grayish green color. And I keep dying immediately. Yeah, keep in mind, I did say I hate these levels. Keep that in mind, and watch. Just witness why. Witness why I hate these levels. I don't even have to make an argument for it. Just watch this shit. Like, that's the funny thing about this. This is one of those cases where like I don't feel like I need to explain why I hate something. Like, all you have to do is watch my gameplay. Do you see how slow and careful I have to be with these wonky ass controls? Do you see how hard it is for me to maneuver around obstacles like this? Yeah, yeah, no argument needed. These levels are shit. The only 2 levels in the... Like, literally, this game is a 10 out of 10 in every other area. It's just these 2 levels. And they're both for 1 out of... No, okay, they're not that bad. Not that bad. A 1 out of 10 would be, like... Fortnite bad. A 3 out of 10 would be the jet ski levels from Crash 3 or the bridge levels from Crash 1 bad. This is more like a 4 out of 10. But it's still frustrating and stupid. Like, jeez. I get they wanted to be faithful. That's why these controls are like they are. I think they were trying to mimic the original controls as much as possible. But come on, guys. It's a remake for a reason. Keep it as faithful as possible, obviously. But if there are any areas where like it's outdated and kind of needs like quality of life changes, please by all means add them. This being a huge example, like, do you know how much it would have helped if you had updated, like if you tried to make these controls unique and new instead of just trying to mimic the original gameplay. You could have turned the jetpack levels into amazing levels. Look at me pausing the game here. I'm getting so frustrated I have to pause the game. Oh, there's little progress revealed there too, where I was at when I was doing this level. Okay. You, sir, you can go. I think we're actually almost done with the level, which is really good. That's another thing that kind of makes these levels a little less, like, horrible, is that they're so short. The only reason it's taking me so long is because because of how much I struggle with these levels. Like, they're pretty short. Like, if you were to do amazing at these levels, you'd get through them maybe in like a minute or two. They're not long at all. That's really kind of the main thing that makes them, that keeps them from being as bad as like the jet ski levels in Crash 3 or the bridge levels in Crash 1. Whereas those two levels those two level types take forever. These levels are kind of short, and the only reason they would take forever is mainly the player. Even if, like, yeah, the player's struggling because the controls suck. So it's not fully the player's fault, it's just mostly the player's fault. In the case of the jet ski levels and the bridge levels, those levels are going to be long even if you're good at them. Pretty sure we're almost done. Yeah, there's another, I think that's the last checkpoint. If memory serves me correct, that'll be the last checkpoint. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the end of the level because I remember this part right here. This part is really tough. Like, I have to be super careful not to get hit here. Oh no, that's not the end of the level. I think there is a guy at the end of the level though. That's why that was making me think that. But the crystal being there kind of reveals it. The crystal placements are different with each Crash game. With Wrath of Cortex and Crash 3, they're always like right by the end of the level. In Crash 2, it varies, but they're always after the halfway point of the level. Sometimes they're like a little like over halfway through the level. Sometimes they're 2/3 into the level. Sometimes they're right at the exit. Hell, I think there's a couple levels of Crash 2 you could even miss the crystal. After Crash 2, they kind of simplified it and made it always on the main path, always on the last fourth of the level. Which is a little weird choice there, but you know. Luckily, I think that might have been the last level for the video, but we're about to see. We're about to see if it was. My timer has 3 minutes left, so I think that was the last. I set a timer because I'm recording like I'm basically recording Share Factory instead of, editing it. No, we got spaced out. I think if I remember correctly, I don't think I even... Oh. I don't think I even try to go for the gem in this level, especially if there really is only 3 minutes left. I don't know, we'll see. This last one's gonna be tough because it's easier to slide into them because of how the hitboxes work. But I think on that one, your better option is to jump on it. There we go. Oh, I did manage to slide into that one. Don't pass me. Don't do it. Do not go down the jump path past me. Do not go down. Do not do it. Do not. We need to save it for later. No. Oh, past me. You just made yourself suffer. I'm almost certain I don't beat this level in this video. I think we come back to it in the next video. Okay, I somehow managed to get past that the first time. That's not the hardest part of this jump path though. Like, honestly, that might be the easiest, but it's still pretty tough. The smart thing there would have been to slide twice. Like, as soon as I slide across, like, slide again before the beam could hit me. But I didn't think that through. We got like 45 seconds left of the video. I know for a fact I don't beat this shit in this video. How the fuck am I doing so good at that first part? I remember struggling on that so much in the past. How am I doing so good? Yeah, see, like that. That's the way you need to do that part. It takes good muscle memory to do that, though. The only reason I'm able to do that so well is because I slide jump so much in this game that I'm used to the slide to the point where that is basically really easy. Well, not really easy, but it's like more doable than it would have been. But yeah, I'm gonna probably be ending it off right about here, so I think. Okay, no, my bad. I had accidentally set the timer for a minute less than the video was, so that's why it wasn't making sense to me how long we had left. Whew. Last jump, I think. Is it? Yeah, that was the last jump. This is not the box jump, by the way. I think we come back for the box jump and the crystal in the next video. It kind of makes sense why this level was so short now, because the end of the jump path takes you right out of the level. I was expecting it to take me back to like the main path, but it doesn't. Okay. Makes more sense why the video ends here now. Ignore that, that was my timer. Anyway, ending it off here. Bye.